I believe what I said.
Lesson 12. Phones and Computers. Basic phone vocabulary. There are different types of phones. Cell phones or mobile phones. A cell phone with more advanced capabilities is called a smartphone. Pay phones or public phones. The regular telephone you have in your house is called a landline, to differentiate it from a cell phone. This type of phone is called a cordless phone because it is not connected by a cord. When someone calls you, the phone makes a sound. We say the phone is ringing. If you're available, you pick up the telephone or answer the telephone in order to talk to the person. If there's nobody to answer the phone, then the caller will have to leave a message on an answering machine or voicemail. Later, you can call back or return the call. When you want to make a phone call, you start by dialing the number. Let's imagine that you call your friend, but she's already on the phone with someone else. You'll hear a busy signal. A beeping sound that tells you the other person is currently using the phone. Sometimes when you call a company, they put you on hold. This is when you wait for your call to be answered, usually while listening to music. Finally, when you're finished with the conversation, you hang up. Let's learn some vocabulary specifically for cell phones. Inside a cell phone is a SIM card. This is what helps you connect. To use a cell phone, you'll need to have an agreement with a service provider, a company that you pay for cell phone service. Most service providers offer monthly contracts or prepaid service where you buy credit and then use it to talk for a specific number of minutes. You can only use your cell phone in areas where there's a signal or reception. And don't forget your charger to give your phone power. If your phone runs out of power, we say the battery's dead and you need to recharge it. Computer vocabulary. The three basic types of computers are a desktop, a laptop or notebook, and a tablet. A desktop computer has a monitor with a screen. Writing on a computer is called typing. You type on a keyboard. The individual buttons are called keys. Using the mouse, you can move the pointer on the screen. You can listen to music through the speakers and have video conferences with the webcam. And the cords or cables are what link all the parts together. The physical parts of the computer are called hardware, and computer programs are called software. When you install software, it means you put it on your computer. The opposite, removing it from your computer, is to uninstall. The information on a computer can be called data. It's very important to make a backup, an extra electronic copy of your data, just in case your computer gets infected with a virus, a bad program that causes damage, or a hacker, a person who enters other people's computer systems illegally, gets access to your computer. Let's open a window on the computer. These individual pieces of information are called files, and you can put multiple files into a folder to organize them. Each file, folder, and program is represented by a small picture called an icon. To surf the net, use the internet, We use a program called a browser. If there's a website you really like and you want to come back to it, you can bookmark it. Save the address for the future. Computer and phone professions. One profession that uses the phone a lot is telemarketing. The person who does it is called a telemarketer, someone who calls many different people trying to sell them something. A customer service representative is someone who helps customers of a company by phone, and sometimes email as well. There are many computer-related professions. A person who creates computer programs is called a programmer or a software developer. A person who creates websites is a web designer. And a person who creates and modifies images and visual elements is a graphic designer. Finally, if you have a problem with your computer or network, you can call a tech support specialist. That's a person who helps solve technical problems. You've finished Lesson 12. Now continue to the exercises to practice the vocabulary you've learned.